From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, January the 6th, 2020. We open with the No Hate, No Fear rally yesterday, where an estimated 25,000 people came together to stand up against anti-Semitism. They marched from Foley Square in Lower Manhattan across the Brooklyn Bridge to Columbus Park in the wake of the recent spate of anti-Semitic attacks in the New York area. Faith leaders, including Cardinal Timothy Dolan, joined elected officials at the gathering, including Congressman Gregory Meeks, Senator Chuck Schumer, Mayor Bill de Blasio, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, and New York Attorney General Letitia James. Speaking in Foley Square, where the march began, Governor Cuomo said New York will provide $45 million in additional funding to protect religious-based institutions and non-public schools. He said, "We will not let the cancer of hate and intolerance weaken us." The governor invited the Orthodox Union's Executive Vice President Alan Fagan to join him for the press conference. Fagan thanked the governor for, he said, releasing these crucial funds, which are necessary to protect our institutions as anti-Semitic attacks continue to rise in New York State. Yesterday's rally was sponsored by the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, the Anti-Defamation League, the American Jewish Committee, the New York Board of Rabbis, and the UJA Federation of New York. CEO Eric Goldstein said yesterday the purpose of today's march is to loudly and publicly proclaim that an attack on a visible Orthodox Jew is an attack on every Jew, an attack on every New Yorker, and an attack on every person of goodwill. And in Jerusalem, hundreds gathered outside the Jewish Agency's offices to show their solidarity, organized by the agency with World Zionist Organization and the Anti-Defamation League. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu tweeted his support, writing, "We stand with the many thousands of our brothers, sisters, and friends in New York City, marching against the rising anti-Semitism. We will not waver in our battle against anti-Semitism and hate." And Jews around the world today showed their Jewish identity with pride in an initiative of the American Jewish Committee, Jewish and Proud Day, wearing Jewish stars, yarmulkes, holding signs, and with non-Jews sharing their support and solidarity. The New York Post reports that special emergency phones are being offered to synagogues in New York City, saying that the volunteer neighborhood patrol Shomrim is offering the phones called shul phones, which connect instantly to emergency services. The phones would reportedly be sold at cost, expected to be under $200. And staying with the Jewish Patrol, the UK's Jewish Chronicle reported, citing the local Shomrim there, that a young Jewish boy was assaulted on a bus in London today. The 13-year-old was reportedly punched in the stomach by an attacker who shouted anti-Jewish slurs. A spokesperson for the Board of Deputies of British Jews told local media, "This unprovoked racist assault is sickening. The vile individual who perpetrated this attack must be arrested and subjected to the full force of the law." Prime Minister Netanyahu named several new cabinet ministers yesterday after officially giving up the additional ministries which he has held of welfare, agriculture, and diaspora affairs. The prime minister relinquished those ministries in the wake of indictments against him for bribery, fraud, and breach of trust. Netanyahu appointed Ifat Shasha Biton as a welfare minister, David Bitan as agriculture minister, and Deputy Foreign Minister Tzipi Hatoveli is now the new diaspora affairs minister. Hatoveli said Sunday that she would work to enhance the ties between Israel and all Jewish communities and denominations of Judaism around the world. Jerusalem's Biblical Zoo is sending assistance to Australia in response to the raging bushfires there, donating veterinary medical supplies for Victoria's East Gippsland region to help the animals in the area affected by the devastation. Well, the Golden Globe Awards were held last night, and some Jewish moments included Jewish director Sam Mendes winning for Best Director and for Best Motion Picture Drama for his film 1917. Director Quentin Tarantino, who is not Jewish, thanked his wife, Jewish-Israeli singer Daniela Pick, in Hebrew when he won Best Screenplay for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Tarantino said, "Toda Geveret," Thank you, Mrs., addressing his wife.
I want to thank you so much. And my wife who's watching from Tel Aviv, who's pregnant with my very first child. Tada, Gaveret, I love you.
Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS from Monday, January the 6th at 7 o'clock. It's The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth at 7:30. A look at the BDS, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions campaign against Israel. At 8, Julie Budd hosts the 2019 Brooklyn Jewish Hall of Fame ceremonies. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Alan Dershowitz on L'chaim. At 10, Rabbi Naomi Levy speaks at the 92nd Street Y. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, a look at the recent spate of anti-Semitic attacks, among other issues. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, January the 6th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader.